again, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm gonna show you my steady writing slash dream process. Basically, how I get the ideas for my stories, where I write them, and how you can upload a new book. So, like and subscribe, and without further direction, let's get into the video. Okay, so to start writing an episode, you need to open the Steady Write app, which I have here as a shortcut. Then you need to accept the cookies which started appearing recently. I'm gonna continue with Google because this is how I have signed in. And how you can see, this is my profile, all the stories which I have. You can see them, how many views, followers they have. On the dashboard, you can see how many new reads have been added, your followers growing, how many days you have uploaded a month, and how many words. And basically all the information which you need. So I like to write my stories in the drafts of my last one because currently I'm writing almost finished the next story, which is a sneak peek, and I'm opening the drafts of my latest story, and this is how I am writing an episode. So before I start writing the book and show you what I do, I have to tell you that all the ideas which I have has happened here. Yes, in my head I think about every single thing which has happened. Basically, in general, the details come when I start writing. Also, I have taken ideas from other books which I have read on the Dreame app. If you don't know what type of books I have read there, check my video of the Dreame and Steady Writing app. Then I explain how I get addicted to this type of stories, what stories I have read up to now, and basically everything which you need about this app. I have to say that for 2 of my stories I get a contract, but I didn't sign it. I didn't read the whole thing, but I decided to search on internet forums and questions about the Dreame app and contracts. Some people were saying positive things like this is an opportunity, you get paid, spread your stories, benefits. Others were saying that it's good but not that much, and basically they can pay you if they want and when they want, not for example when you have to be paid. So yeah, there was all 50-50 of opinions, and I decided to not risk it because this is a real contract and you can get under the law. I mean, it's not something like I want it today, I don't want it the other day. It's like a contract for a job, serious business. But why I didn't sign it is that because it basically forbids me to post my stories in other apps and other forms. I understood from internet that there are 2 types of contracts. It says that I can post it as on other social platforms like Wattpad, Webnovel, and any other apps for reading books. Also as a PDF, online ebook, what else? For example, a hardcover book if I want to print it and start selling it as a book. So I thought that this is like an inconvenience because imagine if my stories get famous one day. I mean, still imagine, but anyways, if they get popular, I want to spread them in other apps because nowadays online things are spreading way faster than, for example, on paper, like newspapers and books. So yeah, this is the reason why I decided to not sign the contract because I didn't know basically how this will go out, and if one day I decide to stop writing because I don't like it or it's not interesting anymore, I'm under this contract and I don't know can I have to say to stop it because there are contracts for a couple of years and when they expire you can sign it again. But from what I understand, if I understand correctly, you can basically this contract can expire, basically it's like for infinity. I don't know is it true, this is what I understood, maybe it's wrong. But if it's like that, I don't want to have an infinity contract, especially with an app which I downloaded just because I liked some story. And yeah, I didn't want to get under law and to be involved in these things. I have read about it enough information, people's opinion, watched a couple YouTube videos about that, but decided to not do it. So if you follow me and read my stories, they are for free, so you don't need to pay a single penny. Yes, you don't need to pay anything because they are free and you can enjoy them. So now I will show you how I start writing my stories. I'll come back when I finish my stories, and how I do grammar and spell check. And of course, what's the conclusion of all of that? So let's start writing a story. Since I finally finished with my chapter, I will save it as a draft to make sure that, well, I won't lose it. And now I will read again to find some mistakes like spelling, grammar before I take it to official spell and grammar check. Okay, so this is a little sneak peek of my book, which I'm gonna start uploading very soon. So stay tuned for a book number 5 from me. If you don't follow me on Dreame, please do it, or at least check out my books. I'm not doing it to get super famous, but I started this as a hobby, and now I won't say I get addicted, but I really like it. I upload one episode every single day. Then when I finish my book, I get like a break. For example, if I have finished it on Wednesday, I'll post it not on this Friday, but 1 week later, the other Friday. So yeah, but during this break between the books, I still keep writing. So how you can see, I'm already on chapter 52. And yes, I almost finished this book. I still don't know how exactly should I finish it, but I have a couple ideas in my mind which soon might turn it. I hope that you like it. All I will say is that it looks a little bit like my most famous book up to now, My Childhood Best Friend is a Bad Boy. I have to say that I have another book in my head which I'm gonna start writing. Well, after I do the cover and the description and think about the names of the characters, because this is something that you haven't figured out. But yes, this is about prom. I haven't thought of the details, but I know what should happen in general. So stay tuned until I finish with my episode or to say my chapter for today. One thing that I want to say before I start checking my story for mistakes is that from time to time, save your work. I'll give you a short story of what happened. So I was writing a chapter to my story, My Childhood Best Friend is a Bad Boy. And I have written more than 1,000 words. Basically, the half of the chapter was done. Everything was good. I clicked some combinations of my keyboard, which I don't even know what it was. And all the chapter was gone. I closed the window. Can you imagine how dumbass I was? Literally closed the window. I don't know what I did. I tried to figure it out by myself later, trying to close another window using combinations, but I don't even know what I clicked. That's the thing. And half of the chapter was gone. Then I have to rewrite it again. Let me tell you that when you write something for the first time, it will always be better than your second, third time, or no matter. Yes, you can do like rewriting or just to change some words, but changing the whole thing, it's not the same. I rewrote the chapter like using my memory, what I have written, and tried to reproduce every single word which I used, but it's impossible. There were more than 1,000 words which I'm inventing right now. I mean, well, I still did it, but it wasn't the same like the first one. So make sure to save your work even when you're not done, because don't do the same mistake with me. Literally, you won't like it. Now when I'm done checking the story for mistakes by myself, I open the folder where I keep all my dream stories except the first one, and you can clearly see which story I'm currently writing. Now all I have to do is to copy the title and the chapter on Word and to start checking it for mistakes, basically this time by a professional, or how I would say it. There is one app called Grammarly which helps you to do spell check and grammar. That's why it's called Grammarly. But I'm too lazy to download it, to be honest. And for now, I'm using Microsoft Word services for the same thing. One common grammar mistake when I write don't, can't, won't, all this type wasn't. It says like a mistake. Basically, I can write don't. I have to say do not, which I don't know why is a mistake, and that's why I ignore it, because don't and do not are basically the same thing. Just don't is short version of do not. And this type of mistakes I ignore them because it literally underlines them every time when I write something like that, which I don't know why. If you know any more specific reason for this, comment down below. I would love to know why it says this as a mistake. When in school, when I was using don't, wasn't, and all these, there wasn't a mistake and the teacher actually were taking it correctly. I don't know. Please give me a reason in the comments below. I would love to know. When I finish with my spelling and grammar check, I save it to make sure that all the corrections which I did are saved, and delete the draft because I don't like mixing books. Basically, I am writing my 5th book on the place where is the 4th one, and I just don't like mixing it. Anyways, this is the whole process. I explained it so with so many steps and words just to make it more simple for you. Probably the toughest part of all is to get all your ideas which you have in your head written down, but everything else, how you can see, is super easy. Again, you don't need to sign a contract to make your stories more popular. Yes, you have some benefits, but this is not something obligated or necessary. And if they get successful, you can start sharing them in other apps, and that way you will get more popular and well known as an author. Not only the books which you buy from the bookshops make the authors famous. Sometimes they're very good and very well known online authors. So yes, this is the whole process. Comment down below if you have any questions. I would love to answer them. I will answer comments as well. Everything what you need to know about Dreame. Do you want me to make another video if you have specific questions? Again, to say it, I didn't sign a contract, so if you have any questions, we can together review what forums and where I have searched before I decide to sign it or not. Again, I didn't sign it because, well, that was personal decision. If you want to sign it, taking how to say it on your own risk. I just didn't want to take it for now because, how I said, this contract is like a real one. It's a serious. You can get another law for this. So up to now, I didn't want to mess with this. Again, comment down below any questions for further videos as well. What do you like to see? And yeah, basically that's the video for today. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!